beautiful people. Happy Monday, May 11th. Today's quote starts with, today's reading starts with a quote from Ron Pete. Real love is like holding an egg in your hand. The tighter you squeeze, the more you lose. Holy cow, how accurate was that? When we learn to love the beauty and gifts of others as separate from us, healthy relationships can flourish. Control is the enemy of love, and at the heart of our painful relationships is usually one person trying to change another. Sounds a lot like last night's episode. All right, sorry. When we let it, love grows into a flower of unsurpassed beauty. When we trust enough to allow our loved ones to really be themselves and make their own decisions, we open the door to intimacy. Nothing is more loving than feeling free to live without criticism from our partner. Learning to love someone better challenges us. It isn't easy, and we run up against our deepest fears of rejection, inadequacy, and loss of control. But these are things we don't want to bring into a relationship anyway. The work we do to improve our own health is the most important task in our lives. Our own health. You hear that? Part of this work is to let others do the same for themselves. See? Again, let them do their work, you do your work. When we can begin to do this, we are beginning to be ready to reap the rewards of real love. Today, help me let go of others, especially those I love. Yeah. Geez, I should have read this for last night's talk. So I think they're saying this from both like a partner relationship and an in general relationship. It's that same message. It's we got to take care of ourselves and we do a better job. How many people out there, if you had to think, have you, let's say you're single for a while and you have this great routine. You get up in the morning and you go jog 3 miles and you come home and you meditate and you eat a good breakfast and you go to work and then you have Zumba class at night, or maybe you're taking a school class, or maybe you go to trivia with your friends. Whatever. You have a nice solid routine and you're doing good and you're focused on yourself. And then along comes a pretty little boy or a pretty little girl and we get all smitten. And what happens? You start hanging out with them and you start giving up that night of exercise or that night with your friends or that night of studying, because we're all, I'm making silly eyes here at you. You can't see, unfortunately, but you get all goo goo gaga and they become the most important thing. And all of a sudden, you're not running every morning because you're tired from staying awake, having these long romantic chats. And yes, I'm being kind of facetious. I think you can see where I'm going with this. It's real easy to lose yourself in a new relationship. And that's just a good one to use as an example. I'm trying to show how I interpreted some of this reading. You have to take care of yourself and be in a good routine. Because let's say you completely fall in love with this person that helps you break your routines. Well, now you guys are hanging out and all of a sudden your independent workouts, your independent mindfulness, all the things to take care of yourself have now gone to the wayside, and you wake up 3-4 years later or whatever time frame and you're two fat asses sitting on the couch that have nothing to talk about because you're only wrapped up in each other and you're not taking care of yourself and you're not learning and you're not growing. You don't really bring as much to the relationship then, right? Like, there's not much you can do. So it's really important that you maintain yourself first. that's the person that they fell in love with, right? So you should be able to be yourself. So again, whether it's a romantic relationship or whatever other relationship, if you're putting more into dealing with that person than you are into yourself, you're losing yourself along the way. And I had no idea that this reading would tie into some of the stuff I was chatting about yesterday. But I like that it does, because I think it's just such an important message. It's such an important message. And I think that we can have really good, loving, intimate relationships if we take care of ourselves. And again, do the work. Got to do the work. But they become way more meaningful when we're whole, or we're becoming whole, or we're true to ourselves. Being true to ourselves is pretty important as well. Having our, doing things and being the person that aligns with your values and your activities and, your beliefs, that's important. You shouldn't have to give that up when you're in a relationship or of any kind. And maybe, again, I'll use a work example. If you were working for a company that doesn't align with your value system, say they treated customers horrible, or I worked for a company that totally did not jive with my values. So my job was a salesperson, and I felt that if I sold to my customer, I literally could be contributing to them going out of business in a very short time if they bought the products I had. So needless to say, I couldn't work there very long. It wasn't aligning with my values. It was a bad relationship. It was making me crazy. So just a different kind of twist. So back to the whole, gotta take care of yourself first, folks. All right. Well, I hope that this was a good kickoff for the week. It's Monday, and we're going to just have a fabulous week, I decided. And maybe even we can get the sun to come out since we had our snow already this weekend. All right, that's all I got for now. Have a good day, guys.